What's up, you guys? Welcome back to some more 9-9. Last episode was pretty much featuring my least favorite girl. I made that pretty clear, I guess, to you guys because you were commenting and saying that she gets better. I'll believe it when I see it. But we did have some interesting little insights into what's going on in her head. It seems like she agrees with the ideals of Rigveda, but like at the same time isn't willing to like kill people over it, isn't willing to do that. She just wants people to be able to use their powers freely. And I was like, well, I don't think that's going to work because with people that have powers that manipulate other people, nobody's going to be down for you to just be able to freely use that. Like, no way. But anyways, we'll just go ahead and continue on here. Y'all said that this is going to get very exciting here soon, so I will take your word for it. We shall see. Stifling a yawn, I walk to school. I find Sora waiting for me at the usual spot. When she sees me, she smiles and waves.
Ohayo!
I will say, Sora is like the shining light, and it's like so nice in episode 2. She's just so bubbly and so bright. I love the interactions between her and Kakeru. I will say she is my shining light when I have to deal with the Empress side of Haruka, who is very intolerable. Just like, I can't deal with her.
おじゃなくてさ、ちゃんと挨拶しなさいよ、ちゃんと。
はいはい、おはようおはよ
はい、これ。
I love his enthusiasm. There is none. There is absolutely none. Sora takes a small package out of her bag and hands it to me.
ニーニーに渡せって。重かった。
God bless. She made us a
う。な
lunch.
んで急に
Best mom.
プラモデルのこと話したからお母さんなりに悪いと思ったんじゃないかな。
Ah, you're sorry now, huh?
あ
Finally forgot, but now the depression hits me all over again. At least I got lunch out of it.
もうコンビニで買っちゃったよね。
あ
買っといてよかったよ。私のお弁当箱っぽいから多分足りないよ。
なんでお前の
捨てちゃった。
Just another thing she threw away. Have you ever loved me, Mom? Is that why I moved out? Because you were throwing me away?
俺の弁当箱もかプラモだけじゃなく
ニーヤンが使ってたもの、我が家にはほとんど残っていないものと思っていただきたい。
Yeah, I feel like that's a fair assumption.
容赦なく捨ててくな。いやま実家帰った時に薄々感じてたけどさ。
Even the photos of him, they're gone. There is absolutely no photos of him in the house. Like, they cropped him out of the photos of all the family. Sighing, I stow the lunchbox in my bag and continue walking, depressed. Sora falls into step beside me.
最近特にひどいよ、おかん。なんだっけ、ミニマリスト？私もおとんも困ってるんですよ。
なんで急にそんなのにハマったんだ。
どうせテレビとかでしょ。
Okay, probably wasn't a TV show. It was probably on, like, Instagram or something. I feel like that's where everybody gets their ideas from now. It's either Instagram or TikTok or something like, oh yeah, I saw a little video on it and I decided to completely change my life. It's like, why do you need that to change your life? Just go make a change. And you don't need to change your whole
う
house.
ちのおかん
そのうち飽きると思うけど、まあ、あれだよね。飽きたところでニーニーのなんちゃらメモリーは戻ってこないよね。そのくせほら、もう使ってないような古いブランドのバッグとか、学生時代の思い出なのって捨てないの。
It's too many memories. I think I still have my old backpack somewhere around here from when I was in elementary school.
もういい。これ以上聞いたら実の親を憎んでしまいそうだ。
Start hating my own mother.
まだ憎んでないとか成人かよ。
Well, thank you, Sora.
一応罪悪感持ってくれてるならこの弁当に免じて許すことにする。
Amen. I mean, food makes everything better.
寛大だなあ。私だったら特にコレクションとかないな、私。
That is true. I don't really know what Sora is interested in, to be honest with you guys. I have no idea. She's interested in her brother, apparently.
服とかそれなりに揃えてるだろ
服なんて捨てられちゃってもお父さんに買ってっておねだりすれば余裕だし。
I mean, I don't think I've hardly ever seen Sora in anything that isn't her school uniform. So, for all I know, you don't own any other
う。
clothes.
格差が 激しいな、兄弟間の。
Ah, not this chick again. Is that bad? I'm just like... just so done with Haruka. And I know, like, her episode's coming up next, and I'm like, I hope it changes my mind about her, but right now I'm just like, she's just here to piss on our party here. So we continue our small talk. We spot the usual gaggle of guys surrounding a lone girl. If we keep up our current pace, we'll overtake them soon.
何意識してんの？
And then Kakeru totally caved in front of Miu. Like, what was that about?
してねえよ。
ほんとかな？実際まんざらでもないでしょ。
You're not secretly happy that Senpai is into you.
うん
I don't know. Is she really into us? I feel like that was such like a way to manipulate us and just get us to like her better. An absolutely hopeless
うっせえ
guy.
な。追いついたら面倒だなって思ってただけだ。
今日もあれだね。いっぱいいるね。
She's gathering an army.
姿は見えないけど、まあ男子の中心にいるんだろうな。
ちょっとね、私観察してみたんですよ、先輩を。
Oh, you did?
電
What'd
車
you
の
find
中
out?
で
そうそう。だいたい本読んでるんだけど、多分私と同じ駅なのかな。先輩の男子が声かけるんだよ。それでテンパってついつい人格交代しちゃうみたい。で、交代するとああなる。
最初に声をかける一人を除いて、先輩に興味を示してないってことが普通の状態だと。
ぽいね。先輩可愛いし普通に仲良くなりたいのかも。物静かで地味な美少女ってその手の人にはウケそう。
Mhm. So I wonder when I don't even know what to call it, when she's charming them, brainwashing them, like whatever word you want to use. I wonder, do they not remember that she used it on them? Do they not remember anything that happens after that? That's kind of my guess.
まあ、わからんでもない。
Let's look at the backlog real quick. One of the guys on the train always tries to talk to her. So it seems like she's implying that she's watched her multiple times now, and the same guy always tries to talk to her. So that, to me, implies that he doesn't remember that he's doing it every day.
あとヤンキーにもウケそう。
Punks are into that type
ヤン
too.
キーってお前、今時ヤンキーって。
I know, nobody says punk anymore, Sora.
ほらあるじゃん。漫画とかで弱み握ってさ。実はお前のこと気になってたんだよな。彼氏にバラされたくなかったらわかるよな。
Oh, what got me was the laugh. Like, the Foxy Mama, like, okay, that was getting a chuckle out of me, and then she was like, I was like, nope, can't do that. Okay.
的な。
お前どんな漫画読んでるんだよ。
You into that, Sora?
だってスマホでネットしてるとその手のエッチな漫画やたらと進めてくるから広告で。
What does your search history look like? I mean, I don't generally get those. I will say I get like little ads for those webtoons, and they always make it seem really dirty when I'm like trying to read manga online.
エッチって言っちゃったよこいつ。ダメだこいつ。
ニーヤンだって読むでしょ。
読まねえよアホか。
まあれっすよ。そういうモテる美少女に好かれた気分はどうすか。
Oh my gosh. Master Manipulator changing the subject like that.
なんだその下手くそな話題転換。
Good, he noticed.
ニーニあれだよ。ハーレム漫画の主人公みたい。ミャオコ先輩でしょ。はるか先輩でしょ。そして
あたしとか言ったらぶっ飛ばすぞ。
あたおいこら先回りすんなこら。
Ah, so he's aware that Sora might be into him a little bit.
お前今日もあれか。
ああ約束してるよ3人で。ニーニについてあることないこと吹き込んでおくね。
なんでだよやめろよ。
Don't bring it up.
なんでって好感度下げたいからに決まってんだろがい。
We gotta help her make her age.
なんでそういうことするんだよやめろよ本当に。俺の楽しみを奪うな。
はあ楽しみはあ。
だってお前好かれたら嬉しいでしょうが。誰だって嬉しいでしょうが。
おま、ついに言ったな。気をつけろとか私に言っといて自分はそれか。デレデレしやがってこにやろ。
デレデレはしてないが、これからするかもしれない。そんな兄をお前は優しく見守れ。
はあ、もうないわ。こいつないわ。言ったろ。みやこ先輩にも言ったろ。悪口ばっか言ったろ。
Wow, okay. Like, why can't you just be happy for him? I mean, he shouldn't get together with Haruka. That's a terrible idea. But why can't you be happy for him?
やめろ。
Y'all are always talking about gaslighting in the comments. I feel like she's doing it again. Though we're arguing pretty loud, we keep our pace relaxed to avoid catching up with Senpai's group. Unfortunately, I think we were so loud that Kosuka Senpai heard us, since I caught a glimpse of her grinning at me through the crowd of guys. Despite all that stupid stuff, I'm still being cautious around her. Honestly speaking, I'd prefer to avoid Kosuka Senpai and her slaves as much as possible.
だからニヤニヤすな。
してねえっつうの。
Oh boy. What are we getting ourselves into? We're getting distracted. This isn't even Kosuka's route. Why are we wasting our time on her? That said, the normal Kosuka Senpai is a valuable source of information, so I can't just cut her off. Look, the situation is complicated, okay? Ah, so he's pretending to be into her so he can gather information. I see.
かけるちゃん、お昼食べましょう。
Ah, this guy. I bet he's collaborating. They're working together to mess up Kakeru. They're gonna get him to, like, reveal some kind of sensitive information and then be like, surprise, I'm actually the mastermind of this whole reason why the artifacts came into being here. So what's gonna happen? He's gonna be like some being from the other world. Yoichi's eyes widen when he sees me pull out both a lunchbox and my convenience store bag.
あれ、珍しい。っていうか、初めてじゃない？お弁当。
He's gonna think like Miyako or somebody made it for us, isn't he? Let's find
な
out.
んか妹が持ってきた。え、妹ちゃんの手作り？
Oh, dang it, you told him! I wanted to see him guess.
おかん。一口ちょうだい。いいよ。
Hey, don't be going after my mom now, okay? Unwrap the cute packaging to reveal a plain-looking two-tier lunchbox. I was all ready for mom to embarrass me with a cutesy lunchbox, but I'm glad she didn't. Though it comes back to me that Sora said something about mom getting into decorating her lunches with cute character designs, so I can't let my guard down just yet.
ああ、そうだ。レイヤにね、聞いてみたんだよね。
Oh, frick.
聞いたって。
How did that
今日の
go?
子の話はしてないよ。女の子と一緒に歩いてたところ見たけど。ああ。でね、紹介してもらえることになった。
Right there. He's a user. Absolutely. Just confirmed. He wouldn't say that unless he was a user. I was on to him, okay?
マジ。
Frickin' I knew it, guys. I knew it. Y'all have not said anything about it. Y'all have not made any comments except for saying like, oh, you keep pointing out Yoichi. Y'all, you've been hiding it from me. That's good. I didn't want to spoil it. But, you know. Sophie said that if she could find out how Takamine knew the hooded girl, she'd have an easier time investigating her. And now Yoichi's gotten the chance to find out. Thanks to this, I'll be able to ask him later how the hooded girl and Takamine know each other. That might just be the best chance we'll get, however. A really good idea to let Yoichi meet with those guys? I doubt Takamine would hurt his old friend, but...
いつそれ？明日。何時？何？一緒に行きたいの？そういう。なんだ？別に来てもよかったのに。なんか変な？ちょっと待って。
Yoichi stops working on tearing open a sandwich wrapper and takes out his phone. He taps it a few times, likely checking his conversation with Takamine.
ああ、そうだ。8時だ。
They do like to meet at night.
違う。夜？そうそう。遊びに行くにもご飯にも遅いよね。女の子の都合がつかないのかな。どうだろうな。
Yeah, I wonder, huh?
あとね、待ち合わせ場所もおかしいんだよね。神社だよ、神社。
Frick, not the shrine again.
神社か。そうそう。女の子の家が近いのかなって納得はしてるけど、まあそれに連夜だし。神社で何すんだ？知らない。僕は軽くお茶に行くつもりだけど、もしかしたら聖地でアニメの話でもしたいのかもね。
Okay. I will talk as if Yoichi isn't a user, because there is a possibility, obviously, that he's not. I'm just guessing because he's a character in the story, and it seems like every other character we meet seems to be one, except for the teacher. I could see the teacher, Satsuki, like, I could see her not being a user just because she's our teacher, but I feel like he's our age. He's a prime candidate to be a user. I just feel like that's the case. But in the case that he's not a user, I wonder if one of them is the evil eye user and they're going to turn him to stone. Which would not be good, because they seem to have a habit of doing that, and they've done it at the shrine before, okay? So we're going to have to keep a close eye on this.
まあね、でも適当に合わせちゃったからな。女の子紹介してほしくて。自分も大好きって？っていうか、なんていうか、まさかお前もなんだっけな、ユーザーだったとはとか言われてさ。ついそうなんだよ、ユーザーなんだよって言っちゃった。
If Yoichi's really not a user and he's totally like telling the truth right now, I could totally see him saying that.
そう、つい。あれでしょ？ユーザーってメビウスの。
Either Yoichi is totally clueless and is just going to get himself into trouble by saying that, or he is totally faking this. He is totally pretending not to know anything to catch us off guard.
サイトやってるのは知ってたけど、まさかそこまでハマってるなんて思わなかったな。
Because I think I've mentioned this before. I feel like Yoichi is totally playing dumb when it comes to us. Like he's slowly like trying to feed us hints a little bit, and he's trying to keep the progress going. Like I have noticed that Yoichi kind of does that a little bit, and he's always trying to figure out what we're doing when we're texting somebody. He's a very curious beaver. Okay. Yoichi casually puts away his phone and bites into his sandwich. Crap, Takamine doesn't think he arranged a meeting to catch up with an old friend. He's trying to recruit Yoichi. If Takamine finds out Yoichi was lying about being a user.
その嘘、突き通した方がいいかもな。かけるもそう思う？うまく切り抜けないとな。かけるも食べたら？せっかくのお弁当。ああ、そうだった。
Yeah, I was engrossed in it too. I want to know what's going to happen there. I mean, we're going to obviously have to tail him. Like, or maybe he'll activate some crazy power. But I don't know. If Yoichi was a user, would he really tell us all of that? Would he really go into such detail? I feel like if he was a user, he would know all that. Like he would tell us the story in a way that intrigued us, right? But I'm like, dang, at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. He's gonna be in a lot of trouble. I feel like maybe Takamine is like trying to reach out to us through him. I don't know. He's either getting played or he's playing us. And it could be both. Who knows? I'm thinking way too much about this, guys. I am so sorry. I am so like set on finding out what Yoichi is. Like I just feel like there's more to him than we're seeing right now. Like way too obsessed.
鬼かよ。きっと妹ちゃんのお弁当、おかずオンリーになってるね。
Oh, so we get all the rice, but she gets nothing.
はいはい、いってらっしゃい。
Close up my lunchbox and head outside. See what the girls are doing. Sora seems to have noticed the mix-up as well as I run into her halfway to the courtyard.
糖質制限のお弁当かと思った。
Frickin' low carb is hard. So hard, because it's like, it's not just carbs, but you gotta cut out sugar, because sugar turns into carbs, and carbs turn into sugar. I don't know. It's hard. I like both, okay? I like to eat a lot of rice, and sometimes eat a lot of sugar, too. I mean, not really like sweets and candies, but like, I can down a milkshake, like a good milkshake. I can do that all day. Fortunately, she ate through most of it already, so I end up with a lone omelet to go with my rice. Well, frick. Well, that's why we bought the other food anyways, so I think we'll be okay. After school, I head to 9 Ball with Sora so the group can exchange information again. As usual, Kujo's got work, so we'll be filling her in over line later.
そう。 あなたの友人がフードの女と接触する。
Yuki says over a bite of chocolate syrup-coated whipped cream. From the sound of it, she still hasn't been able to discover anything about the hooded girl. Though this is a fantastic chance to learn more about her, Yuki seems to have the same misgivings I do.
能力者と嘘をついてしまったならバレた時が心配ね。
Oh yeah, he's screwed.
でも幼馴染なんでしょ。私らみたいにいきなり襲おうとしたりはしないんじゃない？
そう思いたいがな。高峰のこともフードの女のことも俺たちは知らなさすぎる。
そうね。そうに違いないと決めつけるのはあまりにも軽率ね。
Oh yeah, I think we already saw that they will resort to violence if needed.
どうすんの？こっそり近くで見守るとか？
そうしたいところでもある。
空の能力が通用しない以上スニーキングも難しいでしょうね。
そこなんだよな。だからソフィーに任せることにした。
ソフィー？
Uh-oh. She doesn't know about Sophie yet. Are we really telling her? I mean, she kind of is our ally. I feel like we can trust her, I guess. We hardly tell anybody about Sophie. Like, Sophie's a pretty big secret for us. Yuki's spoon stops halfway to her mouth and she gives me a suspicious glare. Come to think of it, I haven't told her about Sophie yet.
信じがたいかもしれないが、異世界の住人だ。
She does not look at all surprised by it. She's just like,
異世界ですって。いやマジですよ。私も会いましたもん。ぬいぐるみみたいな姿で宙に浮いてるんです。
アーティファクト、有機的には生異物だっけか。ソフィーの世界の道具らしい。
で、私らが回収を手伝ってるってわけです。
guess even someone with an active as imagination as Yuki is having a hard time swallowing this, or so I thought.
あなたたちと手を組んだのは正解だったわね。
え？
まさかエルフヘイムの妖精と契約していたなんて。
I knew it. I knew she was gonna go into some chuny thing. She was gonna have some explanation for that. She's like, oh, you've awakened the old gods or something, you know? The sprite of Elfheim. Sounds like something from SAO. Sora tries to repeat the strange word. I guess Yuki managed to retcon Sophie into her headcanon. She's just like, that was a part of my backstory. Now it is. She's a sprite of Elfheim, the magical forest. She's got a whole story for it now. She would be a really good D&D dungeon master. Well, I'm glad it didn't take much convincing for her to believe me. I'm worried she might go off on another rant any second now. Also, calling Sophie a sprite is an insult to sprite. She's nowhere near that cute.
そのソフィーに任せればフードの女の素性がわかるのね。
そのはず。高峰のこともあっさり調べてくれた。とっかかりさえあればフードの女のこともすぐに調べてくれるはずだ。
I don't know how well this is gonna go. She seems to be pretty perceptive. She's got a high, what's it called, impedance? I don't know. Can Sophie stay hidden from her?
了解。では任せるとしましょう。
Yeah, she has to, because, like, she goes into other branches and stuff. She has to be able to hide
あっ
herself
さ
pretty well.
り信じたっすね。そんなつまらない嘘をついて私を騙すメリットが。確かに。
空の方はなんかあるんだろう。
そうでした。
Sora fishes around in her bag for her phone, then starts tapping away furiously. While Sora's pulling up whatever she needs to, Yuki demolishes her parfait and raises a hand to call Kujo over.
はい、ダージリンのホット。かしこまりました。ニミくんとソラちゃんは。
ああ、どうしよう。
私まだ残ってるから大丈夫。かしこまりました。少々お待ちくださいませ。
It's kind of sad. I mean, you know, our Sora's not like a bad-looking girl, but like, guys, we gave up that. We gave up cute Miyako in glasses. Like, come on, like. Sorry, I got a funny Discord message. Kujo bows politely, takes my empty glass and Yuki's empty parfait cup, puts them on her tray, and heads to the kitchen. I watch her go, then turn around just as Sora finishes her preparations.
ほら、これこれ。アガスティアの葉の掲示板。
Oh, is there something going on in there?
高峰蓮也が運営するアニメのサイトね。
That's interesting that he manages it. I feel like he's got to have some help with that.
ですです。
Doesn't seem like
は
someone
る
who'd
か
be
先
really
輩なんだけどね
smart about that, but
結局書き
apparently
込ん
is.
じゃったみたいで。
ああ、他のユーザーを釣るってやつか。
そう、ほらこれ。
She puts her phone down in the middle of the table. Yuki and I lean forward to get a better look. It says she can't control her power very well.
見る限り嘘は一つもないわね。空から聞いた彼女の悩みと一致している。あと本物のユーザーしか知らないことを混ぜてるんですよね。本物なら読めばわかるって感じに。巧妙ね。
これ、もう一人の先輩が書いたのか？
自分で書いたって。ニーニがさ、ほら敵対するよりそのままの方がって言ったじゃん。
ああ。
怖いから書いちゃったって。あと司令官が添削してるって。
添削ね。
先ほどの件といい、仲間探しに本腰を入れ始めたということね。
ぽいな。本気で釣りたいみたいだ。
Yeah, I definitely think he's committing to it for sure.
ごめんなさいって謝ってたよ、先輩。
いや、謝る必要はない。それでいいと思って伝えておいてくれ。
I will say she's like the weirdest double agent you could imagine.
私もそう思ったから、もう言っておいた。
It's like she's literally split in two about it.
リアクションはまだないかな。どうだろう、後で聞いてみる。
オフ会？いつ？
Yeah, we do need to be careful about this though, because he could grow his forces considerably in the amount of time it's going to take us to find anybody else who's like sympathetic towards our cause.
ゴールデンウィークあたりじゃないかなって。
来週か。もうすぐだな。
集まるめどはすでに立っている。
Oh yeah, I believe so.
お待たせしました。
Kujo arrives and our conversation grinds to a halt. Once she's done putting our cups on the table, she hugs the tray to her chest and gives us a concerned look.
なんだか表情が暗いけれど、少し急ぐ必要があるかもしれない。けれど、未だ彼らに対抗する手段がないこと。対抗する手段。もっとも、私たちは待つしかない。彼らが明確な悪であるという証拠がない限り、動けない。じれるけれど、正義の味方ってそういうもの。後手に回ろうが、必ず勝つ。
Yeah, that is the hard part. We kind of need more evidence. Her voice is quiet but determined. Because I mean, we're still not 100% sure that like. Oh, okay. They're literally covering this. I should probably just wait. Just wait for them to say something. Yeah, we have the suspicion that one of them is the evil eye user. If we go after them without proof, we'll be the evil ones. I should have realized this sooner, but that's another strong reason to confirm their identities and powers. Still, as Yuki said, all we can do for now is wait.
私にできること、何かある？
You can shift us back onto your route. That would be great.
今は仕事に集中した方がいい。
I know a lot of people think like Miyako's super basic and not like super interesting. I like her. I don't know. I think she's cute. And she's always like trying to help us out.
そうでした。
I liked all the character development we had and like helping her work on her powers and things like that. That was nice.
今日の話、後でまとめて送ります。お願いします。いらっしゃいませ。
Kujo hurries off to seat down their customer.
他に何かあるか？
Since when did this place get other customers? What the heck?
終わり。ひとまずは明日ね。ゴールデンウィークまでに彼らが石化事件の犯人であると、その確証を得たい。
I would like to just find that out at all, like hopefully sooner than later, but
証拠が揃ったら警察に突き出す？
yeah, what are you gonna do about that? Like, oh yeah, they have their powers. Like, I don't got no powers on me. What you talking about? Then after a deep breath, she says,
今の司法では能力者の罪を裁くことはできない。だから私が裁く。刑を執行する。この命に変えても。
confused Sora looks to me for help. What are you confused by? I feel like that was pretty straightforward. She's like, hey, it takes a user to bring justice to another user, because it's not like What is the police gonna do about it? Nothing. Okay, my chair was like way down. Possibility she's serious, but that scares me. I can't afford to write it off as one of Yuki's edgy but empty pronouncements. Am I the only one that didn't like see anything wrong with that? I just feel like she was telling the truth. She was just spitting straight facts. Like, she's like, hey, I'm going to fight for justice, even if it costs me my life. I don't see anything wrong with that. I think that's very commendable. I get the feeling Yuki has her own personal reasons for supporting us, a private motivation for chasing after those who misuse their powers.
もう話すことがないのなら、今日の会議は終わりね。
I think that's a fair idea.
そうだな。
にいに、ここでご飯食べてく？
いや、まだ早いし、後で別のところで食べる。
そっか。じゃあ私はうちで食べよ。
今のうちに弁当箱返しておく。
おは、はいはい。あ、軽い。完食したの？
ふりかけのおかげでなんとかなった。
私お腹空いちゃってさ。やっぱり炭水化物ないとダメだね。おかずだけじゃダメだ。
I mean, I could probably just eat meat and veggies, but you gotta have like a sauce with the meat, right? Like if you're gonna make a really good meal, and it's like that sauce has carbs, it has sugar in it.
お前、
You get it either way.
お米美味しかった？ん？美味しかった？
Scrumdiddly-umptious.
そろそろ本当にぶん殴るぞお前。
あ、コーラなくなっちゃった。ジンジャーエールちょっと。
もうお前イライラする。お前すんげえイライラする。
Yuki quietly sips her tea, uninterested in our sibling quarrel. She's just like, I mean, I know I'm chuny, but you guys are a little much. We haven't really come together as a team yet, but time waits for no one. Whatever's coming our way, this is the crew we've got to work with. I haven't forgotten that hooded girl's threat. I need to figure out something out and fast. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm waiting for you to do something. I see Sora off at the station, scrounging up dinner and returned home. Throwing my bag down, I turned to an empty part of my room.
いるか?
The space in front of me immediately warps and Sophie appears, creepy smile and all. I don't think it's that creepy. It's kind of cute. It's a little endearing, right?
何かご用？
明日の夜8時。高峰がフードの女と接触する。
That is true.
あらそう。いいわ。調べてあげる。
助かる。あと、来週高峰たちが複数のユーザーと接触する可能性もある。
気をつけるって。
それはこれから決める。
適当ね。まあいいわ。その心意気は褒めてあげる。他には？
I mean, honestly, like, what kind of plans are we supposed to be making? Like, we don't really have much to stop them. We have Yuki, and apparently Yuki has some kind of power that could fight them off. Or bring justice, as she says. But she's really the only one that has anything offensive. I mean, it doesn't seem like we probably worked with with Kujo much. So it's like Kujo doesn't really have much going on as far as powers. I mean, she probably could steal something from somebody, and that's about it. It's like, I don't know if she can do her memory stealing. I don't think we've really done that since like the branch went way off, since we're not going on Miyako's route.
終わり。
そう。じゃ、また明日。
And then we don't know what our power is still. No idea. Really, Sora is probably one of the most effective besides Yuki. Guess that's all that's left is to wait for a report. If Sophie is able to confirm that either Takamine, or the hooded girl is the user of the evil eye, then it'll be time for a showdown. We'll use Kujo's ability to steal their artifacts to render them powerless. Yeah, that's a good plan, but easier said than done. I wish there was some other way I can contribute to the plan. Maybe I should just make myself a meat shield. Is that really all I can do?
俺もユーザーならさっさと目覚めてくれねえかな。
I wonder if this is going to be something like we see towards the end, or if we're going to like find out in this route kind of like what his powers can do, because like I feel like it has something to do with time travel or like some manipulation of branches, but I have no idea. Pop down onto my bed and idly gaze at the palm of my hand. I've never seen a stigma on me yet. It doesn't look like one will show up anytime soon. I'm starting to doubt I'm really a user at all. I hear a noise near the entrance and lift my head. There's a clicking of someone unlocking my door and then a dull thud as they open and close it.
ただいま
Wait, why is she here?
なんだちゃんといるじゃん。おかえりって言ってよ。
Oh yeah, she does have this outfit. Like, I mean, that's one of like the other few outfits we see her in. Or else besides, I just see her in a school uniform, so it's not like it'd be a big deal if they threw out all of her other clothes. She doesn't really wear any of them anyways. Dressed in her casual clothes, Sora walks into my living room. She's carrying a bulging backpack. Somehow I doubt that's a present for me.
お前帰ったんじゃないの？
帰ったよ。で、帰ってきた。
Sora drops the backpack and settles down. She's planning to stay over again, isn't she? Of course.
帰れよ。
帰りませんよ。何言ってんすか。週末は一緒に過ごす約束でしょ。
We
そん
did?
な約束してねえよ。
I don't remember that.
それに、あれですよ。監視ですよ。
何のか？
はるか先輩を連れ込まないかの監視ですよ。
Oh my gosh. I really hope he
なん
doesn't.
だそれ？
だってに二人きりで迫られたら断れないでしょ。
I don't think he literally could turn down if he wanted to. Like, if they were alone, like, her power would make it so he can't.
いや、な
断れないっていうか断らないでしょ。
Yeah, he probably wouldn't even need to have powers done on him to do something.
ほら
ば、俺何も言ってないだろ。
Your silence is all the answer she
言わ
needed.
なくてもわかんのこのエロ魔人。
Yeah, y'all pointed out that sometimes I call Kakeru Kosei, and I'm like, that's because they're so similar. Like, they always got sex on the brain. It's like, I will say Kakeru is better, but, you know, it's not hard to be better than Kosei. It really isn't.
男はみんなエロいんだよ。
うわ開き直りやがった。てかさ、ニーニーミャーコ先輩好きなんちゃうんですか。なんなんすか、浮気っすか。
I like how her talking is literally shaking the screen. But how can we be cheating on her? We're not even with her. He won't be a man and get on her route again.
Yeah.
He's gotta go for his sister instead.
付き合ってないし。そもそもさ、それとこれとは話がさ。
Exactly.
は別何できればいいってこと。
何？
やれれば誰でもいいのか。
That's not what he said.
おまこら最低か。もっと取り繕え。せめて誠実なふりしろせそなし。
Oh my gosh, Kakeru, that was the worst time to go silent.
それが男というものだ。
That's what it means to be a man.
何決め顔で言ってん
You're
だ。
so
うわ最低だ
stupid.
この兄、人として最低だ。
You know, Sora, I'm actually gonna agree with you on this one a little bit.
うっせバーカ。欲望に忠実なだけだバーカ。
だから開き直るなっつうの。そのさ、したいだけならさ、私を抱けばいいじゃん。さ、遅え。
What? All right, this is where it happens, guys. It's out in the open. It's out in the open. Okay, what is he gonna say to this? He did say he would get with any girl.
そういうガチで弾いてるリアクション求めてないんですけど。
ちょっとすみません。
Yeah, Kakeru, I'm with you. I don't know what to say to that.
だから何弾いてんの。ぶっ飛ばすそうでしょ。いつもならそういうところでしょ。
今日は
Yes, Kakeru. Yes. Yes, you realize that your sister, no good. You need to get rid of her. She's having too many thoughts. She's reading too many dirty mangas.
違うの。そういうのじゃないの。違うの。本気で言ったんじゃないの。
ちょっとやめてください。来ないでください。
Yes, Kakeru. Finally, you're realizing that your sister's trying to get with you.
だからまあ泣くぞ。あんまりそういうこと言うと泣くぞ。無言で玄関の方を見るな。帰らないぞ。私は帰らないぞ。だからその顔やめて。舌打ちワンパターンとか言ったけど、そういうのやめて。胸に来るから割とガチで傷つくから。
Pure maidenly heart. I don't think a pure maiden would try to get with her brother and say that.
いじめるなよ。もう
He's just having a meltdown over here. Why am I playing this game, guys? Why do I play this game? Why? Why are you guys so into this game? Why did you make me play this? I can't believe she said that. And she's trying to make him feel bad about it. Like, you're the one who said something crazy. You said something so weird. And you made him seem like the bad guy. At least he's not the one saying he wants to screw his sister.
チラチラこっち見んなよ。
慰めろよ。
ポテトチップス食べる？
あ、食べる食べる。
She cheers up instantly after grabbing a bag of potato chips off my table. She rips it open and starts munching. Guess I'm stuck in the sleeping bag again. Mildly depressed, I start to get changed.
やだ、急に脱ぎ出した。襲うつもり？
Sora, why? Why? Why is this necessary? Why? Go find yourself a nice man. There's plenty. You can go find Yoichi. He seems like a nice guy. Totally not evil or anything, you know? Or Takamine. He seems friendly. He's talkative. You know, he's ambitious. He's going places in life, you know? He seems like he would, you know, make a good husband one day. Sure. Totally. Yeah. But instead, you gotta find your brother, huh? Gotta go for your brother. Why is that? There's other nice guys out there. Since we have nothing else to do, we're once again poring over the documents Miss Naruse gave us. Sadly, even after scrutinizing all of them, we haven't learned a thing about the Evil Eye's weakness or about how to deal with his powers. And while we didn't find what we were looking for, the documents themselves were pretty interesting to read, though. Thanks to the scraps Sophie had fed us, we were able to fill in the blanks where Miss Naruse seemed confused about events or consistency. The legendary Iris who saved Shiro Mitsugawa centuries ago really did exist, and she might be alive. And it's also likely she was the original owner of the Evil Eye. My guess is that something caused her to lose her possession of it, and hundreds of years later it made its way back to Earth. Okay, I'm gonna read this real quick just so I make sure I'm getting it. Okay, so Sophie helped them fill in some blanks. Legendary Iris saved Shiro Mitsugawa, really did exist. It's also like she was the original owner of the Evil Eye. Something caused her to lose possession of it, and hundreds of years later it made its way back to Earth. I thought like the artifacts come back to you way sooner than that. Hundreds of years later? I don't know about that one. From that, we can infer that there are ways to nullify the contract between an artifact and its user. Ms. Naruse concluded that Iris came to be worshipped as a snake god because at the time, the indigenous people worshipped snakes. Apparently, Shiro Mitsugawa's original residents believed snakes had the power to control water. Considering that similar spirit worship is prevalent all across Japan, that would also make sense. Hence why Iris, a resident of another world who possessed superpowers, became the Great White Serpent. The land on which the shrine was built was previously a sacred site. Once upon a time, the story goes, people who wandered into that area were whisked away to the underworld, never to return. Sounds like a plot from Spirited Away. According to Ms. Naruse's documents, people who often did go missing from this particular area, so she suspects the rumor started off as a means of keeping folks away from danger. However, I think that's a different reason. My guess is the place is where it's easiest to link our world and Sophie's, which is why when disaster struck centuries ago, Iris gave Miss Naruse's ancestors that sacred relic as a way to keeping the gate firmly closed and preventing any future problems. And we saw how that went. The relic succeeded in keeping the world separate, but now that it's broken, they're linked again. Yep, that sounds about right. My guess, history is doomed to repeat itself. To be honest, while I've been going with the flow and just accepting things as they happen, my logical side has been a little skeptical about whether any of this is real. Probably because my own powers have manifested themselves, but after reading through those historical records, my lingering doubts have vanished. That said, knowing that this isn't all some grand hallucination won't bring me any closer to solving the case. Rubbing my tired eyes, I drop the stack of documents onto the table. Sora, sitting across from me, is staring intently into her cup.
何してんだ？さっきからずっとそうしてるだろ。
練習というか実験というか訓練というか。
Well, what is it, Sora? Make up your mind.
能力のか？
そうそう。
Uh-oh. It's Miyako's hand. I'm pretty sure that's the exact same sprite. With her free hand, she takes out her phone and puts it next to the cup. She then pulls my glass and phone, which are sitting on the table, over to her. Folding her arms, she glares down at the two cups and phones.
やっぱ4つになると実用的じゃないっぽいな。
複数に能力かけられるのか。
できるっちゃできるってくらい？でも効果が薄くなるね。
今自分には能力使ってないのか？
うん、使ってないよ。
ああ、勘違いしてた。いつもお前自分に使ってるから。
Wait, didn't she use it on multiple people before? And was that in the other branch? That probably wasn't in this one, huh? I feel like the only time she snuck around is when she went solo and got caught. So we didn't know about that, I guess, then.
はあ、対象は自由だよ。視界に入ってる人か物なら何でもいける感じ？
So, Sora, can you use it on the side of you that wants to get together with your brother? Can you just hide that, make it disappear? That would be great.
視界って目に入ってれば遠くてもいいのか？
うん。
あれ、そう聞くと結構すごいな。
って威張りたいけど、射程が長くても実際問題使い道がない。
まあ確かに。
それに基本的に一つしか存在感の操作できないし。
ん？さっき複数できるっちゃできるって。
Yeah, but she explained like the level of it. It goes down. Like she can't do it as well in multiple people.
それが難しい。
Takes my glass, her cup, and the phones and spreads them all out across the
今
table.
私このマグカップの存在感を操作してお
はい。
でですね。
She picks up her phone and brings it close to the cup again.
このスマホを能力の影響下に置くかどうかの選択ができるように。
ん？
つまりですね、私が操作しているもののそばにあるものなら一緒に存在感を操作できますよと。
I guess like you could think of it as like a blanket. It's like the blanket, whatever the blanket can like go over, you know, it'll be masked and it'll be like kind of hidden, but like the blanket can't like go all the way across the room, you know? It's not that big.
能力の起点となっているのはこのマグカップだから、スマホがマグカップから離れちゃうと能力の効果が切れちゃいますよと。私説明下手か？
あ、いや、なんとなくわかる。
じゃあ続けます。
I think it's pretty easy to
そうや
explain.
って対象を複数に広げると効果が弱くなっちゃうみたい。こうやって
She gathers together the stuff from
1
the
個に
table.
かけられる最大を100とすると、ここまで範囲を広げちゃうと1個あたり10くらいになっちゃうわけ。ほぼ無意味。
なるほど。
でそもそもの大問題がですよ。
うん。
ニーニ普通に見えてるよね。
まあ。
それですよ。そもそも最大の100でも弱い。お父さんとお母さん相手なら騙せるんだけどな。ニーニには効かないんだよな。
So is this implying that Kakaru has a high impedance, just like Ghost?
フードのあいつにも見破られ
I
て
feel like that's kind of what we're getting at here.
そうそれどうにかできないかなってずっと実験してるんだけど、このままじゃ私の存在意義って。
I'm like, so if Sora keeps like practicing with her power, is she gonna eventually be able to make it stronger or to be able to affect multiple people and still have the same level of strength? Or is this gonna be a matter of finding a way to apply her power in a different way or to use it in a different way that's going to be more beneficial? Like, I wonder which route they're gonna take with that. I mean, I feel like it's pretty useful. You just gotta find a way to make it the most impactful. I mean, it's not like I'm contributing much myself. If your power really is to, like, rewind time when something bad happens, technically that's pretty useful to me. I remember Sophie did mention something about impedance before. Okay, they're finally explaining this a little bit, hopefully. I guess if you have a lot of that, Sora's powers won't work. I really should have asked Sophie more about it when I had the chance. Well, she did say she was going to explain it later, and then she disappeared. I mean, that's a very Sophie thing to do. Need to make sure to bring it up before we have to go toe-to-toe with those guys.
あ、そうだ。
Sora turns her back to me and hikes up her shirt.
おい、何してんだお前。
見て見て、スティグマ。
Oh yeah, she's showing us it.
大きくなってない？
Stare at the pattern on Sora's back.
わからん。
なんだよ、わかれよ。
I mean, does it getting bigger mean that her powers have grown stronger?
だって1回しか見たことないし。
妹のことなんだから正確に記憶してよね。兄やん髪切っても気づかないし。
No, stop, Sora. You can't corrupt him. I believe in Kakeru.
わかれ、乙女心。
Complexities of my womanly heart. She straightens out her clothes and turns to me. How am I supposed to know anything about a womanly heart?
いいんですよ、そんなのは。気のせいかもだけど、なんか大きくなってるというか、広がってるというか、伸びてるというか。
She says this is not important, but I have a feeling this is like way important. Kind of a big deal, I bet.
成長してるってこと。
多分そういうことなんだろうが。これもソフィーに。
Sophie's like, you called?
お
Space above the table warps. I was thinking about calling her, so I guess it saves time, but man, weird for her to show up that quick. She's probably got something she wants to ask us, or maybe she's got a report to make. Plus, if a creepy smile pokes his head out of the dimensional rift in my living room.
はーい、こんにちは。
Greetings and salutations.
フードの女のこと。
残念ながらそっちはまだ聞きたいことがあるの。
Well, frick, you're
なんすか？
useless.
新しい犠牲者って出ている。
あマガンのユーザーのか。
ええ、出てないと思います。
ああ、多分。まさか俺たちが知らないだけで出たのか。
出たのかどうか聞いているのはこっち。調べてくれる？そのパソコンで。
Huh, I wonder why she's asking that. Wake up my laptop and grab my mouse. Sora also pulls out her phone and starts typing. I pull up my browser and scroll through a few news sites.
特にそういうニュースはないな。
私も見つけらんなかった。
This might mean they're not reported yet.
ありがとう。やっぱり完全に枝分かれしてしまっているみたいね。
Okay. So which branch were you looking at?
枝分かれ？
I'm to
前
think
も
of
枝が
it.
どうとかって言ってい
あら、覚えてたのね。なに私だけ仲間外れ。何の話？
I don't feel like the other branches would be good as far as like predicting the future, because it's like, yes, you can kind of like see events that lead up to the present, right? I think she can like kind of look at the past. I don't think she sees the future technically. It's as if we're like both branches are kind of going along at the same time. But I thought she could look back at the past, so she'd be able to see what events led up to the current moment. So if those were different, though, then it would go off in a very different path. You wouldn't be able to really predict the future because it's not going to be the same, and you're not really seeing the future, I thought.
確か別の可能性とも言っていた。
珍しく察しがいいわね。そうよ。そのパラレル。私は様々な可能性を観測できる。おー、様々な。じゃあその何？そうなるわね。
I mean, you could definitely like glean information from that. Like, so like if somebody died in the other world line, you could be trying to figure out how I'd explain what I'm thinking. Like seeing Miyako die, like that would be huge because you would know like, hey, Miyako did this, this, and this, and got really close to them and ended up dying. So like if you could see the events that led up to that, that could give you a hint at who it is. I mean, you could kind of predict things or gather knowledge that way, but there should have been a second victim, but we avoided that. It ought to be a good thing, but for some reason Sophie doesn't look very happy. Oh, so they haven't even gotten to the third victim. They're still in that first.
それが何か問題なのか。
So I wonder if that's supposed to be the other world line where like who was the second victim? It was the was it Renya? Was it really Renya? I guess so.
問題というわけじゃないけれど、かなりレアなケースなのよ。展開があまりにも違いすぎる。パラレルワールドって言われるとちょっとしたことで生まれちゃいそうなイメージあるけど、そういうわけでもないってことなのかな。面倒だけど、まあいいわ。せっかくだし話してあげる。お願いします。確かに空の言う通り、枝は些細なことで分岐するわ。例えばそうね、あなたたちがよく行く都の喫茶店、コーラを頼んだ枝、
ジンジャーエールを頼んだ枝はそれぞれに分岐するけれど、それで何かが変わると思う？
と
I mean, if we're going by the butterfly effect, a simple change like that could completely change everything.
どちらを飲んでもあなたは家に帰り、眠り、明日を迎えるでしょ？
Depends on what the change is. I think maybe ordering a soda, I mean, maybe not a huge change, but changing other little things like what you eat for breakfast, maybe. You'll run out of something and then have to go to the store sooner than you thought, or sooner than you would have had you ate the other thing, right? Like little changes like that.
まあそうですね。はい。
つまり、そんな些細な選択では大きな流れは変わらないってこと。一度は分岐したとしても、二つの枝はまた一つに統合される。デジャビュってあるでしょ？既視感。あれは枝が統合されたことによって起こる現象よ。別の枝での記憶が消えずに混在する。
Huh, okay.
おお、なるほど、面白い。
よって平行世界なんて簡単には生まれないという結論になるわね。戦争が起こったか起こっていないか、戦争に勝ったか負けたか、そんな大きな出来事でもないと枝は完全に分岐しない。
Okay, so they don't really necessarily follow like the butterfly effect where like these little changes will lead to like these huge things. Okay. Kind of similar to Steins Gate, I guess. Yeah, like, you had to make like a big noticeable change in the world for things to I guess branch off.
つまり今の枝はその些細なことで分岐してしまっているからかなりのレアケースってことか？
ご明察。ある地点をきっかけに流れが大きく変わっているのよ。観測者としては厄介な事態ね。
Are they trying to imply that the branch off was when like she ended up staying over at our house? Is like that the event they're trying to pin this to, or what? Which one was it?
あー、私ひらめいた。わかっちゃった。ニーニでしょ。
Must have been Broski.
それがニーニの能力なんじゃないの？運命をねじ曲げる。
You know, Sora, that's kind of what I've wondered what his power is. So you're maybe not wrong.
残念ながらカケルが能力を発動させた様子は一切ないわね。
Okay, so that line would immediately make you think, oh, Kakeru's never used his power before. But let's say that Kakeru ended up changing things so drastically that we went onto a whole nother branch. This is the Sophie from this branch. She would only know about this branch. I mean, she would be able to see some other branches, right? But, we haven't gotten to the point where he ended up going and rewinding time, so she wouldn't have seen that happening in that one branch, right? I feel like he has used his powers. I don't know if I believe this.
なんだよ、ちょっと期待したのに。
あれ？この人もしかして私以上の役立たずなのでは？
Well, hey, at least she insulted herself a little bit with that one.
うるせえよ、本質をつくな。
けれどカケルが中心にいるのは間違いない。
It's at the center of this distortion.
枝分かれのきっかけはあなたの行動よ。別の枝では空を突き放したけど、
Okay,
こちらの枝では空の要求を受
so we
け
do
る。
have confirmation of that.
その結果、リグベーダと名乗る連中と接触し、犠牲者を一人減らした。
Wow, okay, maybe we should let her stay over more often, as much as I hate to say that.
ん？そんなことで？
ええ、だから私も困惑しているの。
Well, it sounds like it prevented him from getting closer to Miyako, which was like this whole entirely separate event that would have happened. Or events.
つまりこれは私のお手柄ってことでは？
Sophie, take it back. You didn't say anything. Nope, don't give her this.
突っ込むの面倒だからちょっと黙ろうか。
はい。
アーティファクトの影響でもないのに、なんでソフィーも困惑するようなことが起こってるんだ？
ない。けど、たまにいるのよね。やたらと大きな流れに干渉しちゃう人。
得意点。俺が？
Hmm.
そう。注意なさい と言っても無駄でしょうけど、あなたの行動は様々な事象に影響を与える。まあ、気に留めておくことね。
So let's say that Kosei does have the power to change fate or to rewind time. I wonder if he has any memories of that. So like we're thinking of like Steins Gate with the reading Steiner, right? I wonder if so I know like he's not actively aware of what happened, but I wonder if like subconsciously like he's able to send some of those feelings over, and in a way he's kind of telling his past self to change events. Okay, you guys follow with me? So his future self, when he rewinds, is subconsciously telling him that he needs to do something different, or events will lead to the same outcome. So is it possible that he's changing little things, and that's causing big changes? Because in a way, that wasn't supposed to happen. He wasn't supposed to like have gone back in time or do any of that. Like, so it's already causing a change there. Totally, probably not it, but I'm trying to wrap my head around like how like something like this could happen. Because she's saying that like, hey, you made a small change. Normally that doesn't do anything. Like it'll come back around to the same events. But he did a small change that made a big change in the branch. Very interesting. I had no idea I possessed that power until just now, so I'm not sure what to do. Should I just, like, not do anything? No, that's just being indecisive.
いいなあ、何得意点って主人公みたい。
まあ、悪い気はしてないな。
いいなあ、いいなあ。
のんきな兄弟ね。
Yep, that describes us pretty
聞
well.
きたいことは聞けたし。じゃあね。
Alright, we'll see you,
待ってくれ。
Sophie. Ooh, is he gonna ask her about impendence?
何？
こっちも聞きたいことがあるんだ。
手短にお願い。
スティグマについて。空のが大きくなってるみたいな。
Oh, we should probably ask about that. You know, that's a good point.
多分おそらく。
これって成長してるってことでいい？
そう解釈もできなくもないけれど、あなたどれくらいの頻度で能力を使っているの？
割と頻繁。
だったら遊び感覚で使うのはもうやめることね。どうなっても知らないわよ。
Interesting. So she's talking about corruption, I believe. I think that's what she's hinting at. Like, hey, if you use your power too much, it'll corrupt you.
喜んでいい状況じゃないってわけですね。
She's like, darn, I was really excited about it too.
まずいのか。
さあ、まだわからない。けれどあなたたちはアーティファクトの扱い方に慣れていないでしょ。あの男みたいになっても
She's just straight up
責任
saying
は
it.
持てないわ。
Okay, cool. I mean, that's good to warn them about that.
あなたたちの学校を燃やしてお
That wipes the smiles off of our faces. His power went out of control after which he self-destructed, so that can happen to anyone. Makes sense, I guess. We've been taking all this too lightly, forgetting that we're playing with powers we don't understand.
マジで気をつけます。
そうしてちょうだい。それじゃ。
待った。
何よ、まだあるの？
今日のこと頼む。
夜の8時でしょ。ちゃんと覚えているわよ。じゃあね。
Okay, we're gonna have to see how this meeting goes. Sophie waves her tiny hand and vanishes through her portal. We sure learned a lot, but I have no idea what to make of any of it. I'm a singularity, and our powers could go out of control.
とりあえず能力の実験はもうやめとけ。
そうします。本当は今日様子見に行きたかったなって思ってたんだけど。
Yeah, we've already learned how that
な
goes.
し。どっちにしろ見破られる危険を冒してまでやることじゃないしな。
You know, I agree.
了
I
解
do.
っす。
She gives me a salute, then flops back onto the floor. I just like how you see her sprite
いやー
just...
なくなっちゃったなー。8時からなんだよね。
That is correct.
ああ、
やっぱり
まあな。何かあってもソフィーはスルーしそうだしな。
Oh, no. No, no. Sophie would never.
でも様子見に行っても逆に刺激しちゃいそうだよね。
それだよな。陽一と高見では幼馴染だし、あいつコミュ力も高いし、やばいことにはならないとは思うんだが。
See, that's why I suspect Yoichi. He's a pretty smooth talker. You gotta be watching out for those kinds of people.
犠牲者がとか聞いちゃうと心配になっちゃうよね。まあ、私らにできること何にもないけどさ。
Yeah, I hope Yoichi's not the next victim.
無能だしな。
だよな。無能だもんな。あ、ニーニニーニ。
Sora sits back up and puts her hands on the
じっ
table.
としてると落ち着かないし、どっか出かけようよ。あ、用事ある？
お前友達いないの？
Do you seriously have no friends? I don't think she does.
なんだ急にやんのかこら。
How rude.
いや、真面目に心配してる。兄として。入学してそろそろ1ヶ月だろう。
まあ、はい。
それなのにお前は友達と一回も出かけず、兄の部屋に入り浸っている。友達と一回も出かけず。
You know, these are facts.
おい、2回も言うな、おい。
友達。
優しく言うなよ。いるから。ちゃんといるから。
Okay, besides Kujo and Haruka.
疑いの目で見るな。ただおとなしい子のグループに入ってるだけだから、遊びにはまだ行ってないけど、リングとかで話したりはしてるから。
Okay, okay, Sora. Okay, if you say so.
それならいいが。
わ、これマジで心配してるやつだ。
お前ほら、俺より社交的だけど、俺と同じで人数増えるほど面倒になるタイプだろ。
And to be fair, I feel like with Sora, there's a lot to worry about. A lot to worry about.
そうですね。クラスのみんなで遊びに行こうぜ的なパーティーピーポーなノリは嫌いですね。はい。
だからクラス会とか断って浮いてるんじゃないかと思ってな。
大丈夫だって。そりゃクラス全員と馴染めてはいないけどさ、友達はちゃんといるから。
ならいい。
そもそもさ、浮くわけないじゃん。みんなほっとかないよ、こんな美少女。
Yeah, if they got to know you personally, I'm sure they would leave you out.
こんな美少女。
あ
Gosh, she's trying to make herself look good in front of her brother.
マジトーンで威圧するのやめてもらえます？怖いし不愉快なのでやめてもらえます？
暇なら宿題でもやれ。
なんだよ、出かけないのかよ。
Pouting, Sora pulls out her notebook and plops it onto the table. I file away Miss Narase's documents and take out my own homework. She's right that we'll probably fret about it if we're just lounging around the house all day. There's no point in overthinking this. For now, we should just wait patiently for Sophie's report. Okay, we're stopping here because something big's gonna happen. I mean, y'all have said it's gonna start picking up soon, so that alone told me that something big was gonna happen. But I can tell something's gonna happen with this report from Sophie. Something's gonna go crazy here, or we're gonna find out some information we never expected. Still don't know anything about Ghost. Really don't know much about Takamine, like really at all. Like we know his name. Apparently we know where he lives, which is kind of weird. But I guess we need to know that. Something's gonna happen. It's been too quiet for too long. You know, like this branch has been a lot different apparently than the other one because there was no second victim. But maybe there will be. Maybe there will be tonight. So I want to make sure I leave time to really digest this in the next episode. So it should be pretty good. Hopefully you guys are excited about it. I am. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I'm just kind of reading along. I'm just trying to avoid having our sister come on to us all the time. You know, normal everyday things. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what happens. Hopefully Noah's nearby in case something happens. Especially with us going out to dinner like this, I'm worried. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be out and about right now. I feel like something big's going to happen. And I'm worried for Yoichi too. Either Yoichi is going to get like turned to stone or something, or maybe he's going to get recruited by them, and maybe he has powers that we don't know about. Maybe he's just manipulating us this entire time, like I've been saying. But I don't know. The fact that he said that he was a user, I mean, maybe he wasn't lying to us. Maybe he really is a user. He's just playing dumb. So many questions, guys, and I get so little answers. But anyways, I'll end it here. Hopefully next episode will be pretty good. I'm hoping it will be. And I have high expectations for it. But anyways, Have a good one, you guys.